Hi friends, happy Saturday to you. Congratulations for showing up for this core live workout that we are doing this morning. I see a couple more of you jumping on, so I will let you jump on while I talk through what we're going to do today. We have one triple set, we have a double set, a superset, and then we have a standalone exercise that I've saved for the end. Every time you see that standalone exercise, you know that means a challenge. So I've saved the best for the last. We're going to work on our core balance and our overall function as we get towards the end there. So if you haven't taken one of these live classes or one of these core live classes, my favorite way to run through these is more of a high intensity style. So I use my Tabata timer. We aim for 45 seconds on with a 15-second rest. That being said, if you are not ready to push through after that 15 seconds, I want you to take a quick break. And please just try to jump back in when you can. You should be able to catch your breath without necessarily holding a conversation. So if you're gasping for air, please take a breath, take a pause, because you are not going to get the most out of your movement if you are not able to breathe. So we're going to start off with one of my actual favorite core exercises. It's a sit-up tap. I'm going to give you a modification for every exercise that we do as they see fit. So head down to your mat. The first three exercises are going to be on the ground, actually. And right from the beginning, that music stops. So here we go. I think what happens is that my Tabata timer is hooked up to the apparatus that I'm using it on. It's hooked up to the speaker, so I got to figure out something else. If that's the least of our worries today, then I'm all good. All right, so we're going to go into a full extension as we get into that sit-up. So arms overhead, legs out straight. We're going to come straight up and tap. So this is your advanced option. We're tapping our heels and we're tapping on our palms flat on the ground. Now, there is a little bit of momentum to it, but I want you to have full control. Don't use that body. Don't tap the ground and roll back up. I want you to tap, pause, push the lower back into the mat, and use that core to lift you up. Squeeze the core in tight and make sure you're using those abs to lift you. Your modification, I still want you to tap, but just tap here is more of a crunch. So you're lifting, tapping, pushing those lower abs into the mat. All right, we're going to start that for 45 seconds, starting in 5 seconds. So let's go ahead and get those arms out nice and straight. Start by pushing that lower back into the mat. 3, 2, here we go. Tap. Control. As you come back down, squeeze and push those lower abs into the mat. Exhale on the way up. Big exhale. Have total control of the movement and make sure you're pressing that lower back into the mat as you go down and as you come up. That will automatically help you just engage that core without even thinking about it. And last one right here. Remember, your modification on that is just the crunch. So you start where you can. We're going to come back into stay in our seated position. We're going to press back, just bending those elbows just a little bit. Engage that core nice and tight. We're going to drive those feet together and knees out to the side. And I want you to extend heels first. Bring it back to center and alternate. If you need to modify, you're going to drop one foot to the ground and just press the other one out, alternating sides. Core in tight, relax the neck. Feel that engagement of your obliques as you press. Again, if you're feeling this anywhere other than the obliques, I want you to switch to that modified one leg option. There's nothing wrong with modifying. There's a lot of exercises that I modify and I will modify for the rest of my life because that's what my body needs. Last one. As we go down to for this final exercise in this triple set, we're actually going to do 45 seconds each side. So this is a sneaky one for you. Feet flat on the ground. I want you to squeeze those glutes up tight as you can. Now, squeeze that core nice and tight. We're going to bring one leg up. You might need to bring that other leg in just a little bit. It stays here. Squeeze that core. Flex the foot. And now, in this position, I want you to drop the heel. So it's sneaky because we're working the core here. We're working our balance, and we're also squeezing that glute, so we're working our glute too. Get full range of motion here. Your modification is just to shorten that range of motion on that leg. You're getting it up as high as you can and as low as you can. Last one, lower everything down for me. Let's reset, other side. Lift, squeeze the glute, palms are flat, flex that heel, lift again, lower, full range of motion. Now that mindset needs to be in your core. I know when you think hip thrust, you're thinking glutes. Yes, we are working those just a little bit, but mindset is in that core. That's all I want you to think about. Think about squeezing that core in tight. Belly button through the body. Breathe. So this is the final exercise on this triple set. We will start back up to the top after we take a quick sip of water. Getting close, squeeze that core tight, lift again. Last one, drop those feet, lower that lower back, and sit on up. All right, how'd you like that? That was our first triple set. Sit-up taps are coming up. We'll take an extended break after this triple set. Here we go. Legs out. 3, 2, press that lower back in, lift. Again, your modification is just to come to a crunch. Big exhale. I can't tell you exactly why I love this exercise. I think it's just a little bit of momentum combined with having the ability to take charge, to control it. Last one right there, seated oblique push. You have 15 seconds to get there, so it won't take us 15 seconds to set up for this one. So just shake it all out. Take a deep breath in, exhale it out. Go ahead and bring those feet in and drive it into the heels. Press back, slightly into those elbows, feet together, rotate the knees out, push. We're driving with the heels on this one. Remember, your modification is to drive one leg. Slow, controlled. 2 words of the day. Control. Got 15 seconds to go. Then we're going to our hip thruster, alternating leg drops. 3, 2, and last one. All right, here we go. Down to the mat. Pressing heels into the ground, big toes into the ground. Lift those glutes up tight, squeeze. Bring one leg in just a little bit, just walk it in. Other leg comes up, lift again. Now lower. Nice flexed foot, driving heel down. You can see my range of motion here for my hamstrings. That's about as far as I can go. Don't worry about how high up you're getting. I want you to get as high as your body will let you go, because that allows more control, allows you further to drop on the way down. Control. Come on. Last one here. Lower everything down, quick break. Heels down, big toe down, lift. Squeeze the glutes, walk one foot in just ever so slightly as we lift the other one up. Lift again. Go, drop. Control. Squeezing that core in. This is our mindful movement. Our mind is in our abdominals as we lift and lower. Even though we're working other muscle groups, the mindfulness is in our core. Completely can change an exercise just by switching your mindset to the muscles that we're intended to use. Doesn't work for everything. We can't do a bicep curl and put our mind into our glutes. But when we're doing these compound movements, last one right here, great job. Come on up. When we're doing those compound movements, we're working multiple muscle groups. We can do a gentle shift to one direction. All right, sit-up taps are coming up next. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Everybody lay all the way out. 3, 2, press that lower back in. Strong. Go. Think strong. Again, we're not just throwing our upper body down. We're controlling. So good to be back to a routine after traveling for a few days. I did work out in my hotel room. Last one. It's good. It's just not quite the same. All right, here we go. Fingertips facing you, elbows in, feet together. Rotate the hips, but that torso does stay forward. And drive with the heels. Okay, let's slow it down just a little bit. I was starting to speed up on you. We are halfway through here. Keep alternating. We're getting close. We're going to go to those hip drops. Hip thrust, single leg drops. And then we're going to take it to a superset. 2 brand new exercises. And last one right here. Great job. Feet flat. Lay all the way down, slowly, carefully. Heels down, big toe down. Walk one foot in, just ever so slightly. Lift. Flex that foot. Palms are flat. Lift again. Lower with the core. And as you know by now, if you've been taking my core class for a while, we do not stay on our back the whole time. So our next 2 exercises, we are flipping over. Knee is slightly bent. Control. Let's lift that glute again. Squeeze that core tight. Visualize the core doing all the work. That leg is yellow. Last one here. Switching it up to the other side. Heels down, big toe down, leg up. Let's lift that glute. Core tight. And drop. Starting every single movement with intent. Never just jumping into it. Breathe. This is an easy one to hold your breath on, so make sure you're doing breathing. And if you need to remind yourself, just do that intentional, big breaths. Exhale out. Squeeze that core in tight. We're getting close. Big breaths. Last one right there. Bring the feet in, lower it down. We finish with intent also. All right, roll up slowly. This is your big break. You get a minute, 15 seconds. Time to sip on some water. Towel off. If you haven't needed your towel yet, we're getting there, I promise. All right, I'm going to show you what's next while you're recovering. I did mention in our community that we are going to have an option for dumbbells. This is where it comes in. I am using 8 pounds just as reference. Means nothing to you. You use what works for you or no weight at all. We're going to do a plank walk-in to standing marches, holding on to your dumbbells. This is actually a great way to support your wrists also if you have wrist issues. So you're going to give me a high plank. We're going to walk it in. We're going to lift, driving those elbows in. So I don't want them out. I want them in, up to the sky. Give me a march. Flexed foot, march. Drive it back down. Walk it out. Now, if you want to jump it in, you can. Take it up, march, march, and take it back down. All right, we're going right into it. That was our time. I'm going to walk it in. I will alternate for you every once in a while just to show you both options. This is the jump in. I don't care which option you do. You pick the one that challenges you, but allows you to keep that good form and be in control. Now, as you're lifting those knees up, it's not just a march. Think core, core, core. One more for me. Drive it down. We're going to go into a low plank hold from here. You've got 15 seconds to get there, but be in charge as you go down. You can do your dolphin pose here, or you can do arms parallel. Deep breath in. Low plank. Hold it for 45 seconds. If you need to modify here, I want you to get into that low plank and then just drop the knees from there. This is our superset. These are our 2 exercises. Eyes are on your hands or ever so slightly in front. Making sure if your butt's up here, I'd rather you drop the knees so we can engage that core more. Squeeze tight, relax the shoulders. Hey, we're halfway through already. We're more than halfway through now. Breathe. Squeeze that core in. Got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Grab those dumbbells if you're using them. If you're not using them, it's the exact same thing. Just take arms overhead still and march it out. 3, 2, here we go. March it. Oops, I almost forgot the march. Drive it down. Those knees up there. If you need to modify it, I'm sorry, ladies, I didn't tell you before. You can tap it and march it. Tap it and march it. Last one here. March, march, drive it down. Carefully place those weights down. Slowly take your way down. A couple of nice deep breaths in. Let's get up, set up for that low plank. Elbows underneath those shoulders. Hold. You're here or you're here, knees down. Those are your only 2 options. I don't want you up here. If you're not able to do a low plank because of whatever issue, if these bother you, you can go into that high plank. Totally okay with that though. Squeeze that core tight. From here, we have 10 seconds. Keep squeezing that core in. 5, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Walk them in. Carefully come up. All right, last round. Here we go. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Here we go. You pick the option. Walk it in, jump it in, or we're doing our modified. Just tap the ground. I totally forgot the knees. Keep going, keep going. You know what to do. March, march. Sometimes sometimes you gotta do what's right, even though I'm not doing it. Here we go. Squeezing that core in, driving those knees up as high as you can. March, march. One more, everyone. Walk it out, jump it out. One more march. March, march. Great job. Put those weights to the side carefully. You will not need them again. Work your way down to the mat for one final low plank hold. 3, 2, go. Breathe. We're going to call this an active recovery. I want you to focus on your breathing here. Get your breath back. Every time you do that big exhale, squeeze that core in tight. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. We're more than halfway through. Got 10 seconds. You can do that squeezing, that breathing technique, even with your knees down. Every time you exhale, squeeze the core in tight. 5. Great job. Knees in. All right. Anytime you finish a set, a rotation, you do get that extended break. So this is where you get your minute, 15-second break. We have one exercise left, 3 times through. Challenging for me to go through a whole core workout without a bear plank somewhere in the mix. So if you know it's coming, this is going to be a challenge for our balance as we work on that core balance. There are modifications though. So as an advanced option, first of all, let's get into that bear plank. I'm just showing you, so you just keep watching. We're going to start with our high plank and walk our feet in. So this is your bear plank. Core is tight. To work on that balance here, what I'd like you to do is I want you to extend one leg and then extend the opposite hand, the opposite arm. Reach, bring it in. Reach, bring it in. Now you're going to see me falter right and left too a little bit because this is a challenge. To modify, I just want you to extend one arm out and alternate sides. So we're just going to do the upper body if you're modifying. All right, all together now. Control, here we go. Notice there's a pause. And I'm not extending the leg straight out. There is still a little bend in my knee as I extend that leg out. Reset as you get back to the center. Pause. Most of you are probably yelling at me right now saying, I don't like this one. We gotta do the ones we don't like too. Squeeze that core in tight. As you extend, that will help with your balance. Great functional, drop those knees down. Great functional movement. Mimics everyday activity, everyday life. As we reach for something, we need our back, we need our core, our abs, our core, circles all the way around. Unfortunately, that was 15 seconds. Here we go. Get into that bear plank. Extend. Or you're just doing an arm. Either way, I really want you to get into that bear plank position though. Modify everything else. If you are new, the reason I love the bear plank so much is that it is a gentle way of working that core versus our planks, which I do love too, our traditional planks. This is just a little bit of a more gentle way of reaching them. It's a different movement. I love variety while sticking with the basics. Because the basics work, but I love adding in this variety. Tricks the body, tricks the mind, gives us. Okay, this is our last one. Unfortunately, here we go. I didn't even get to finish my sentence. High plank, walk the feet in. Let's go. Notice I'm resetting as we get back to the center. There's a pause there. I want you to reset, release the shoulders. 15 seconds all together now. Make sure you're doing the option that is best for you while still challenging you. 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees down, back to child's pose. Go ahead and extend those arms out. Do not drop the forehead all the way to the ground yet for me though. Take a couple of nice deep breaths in first. All right, if you can catch your breath, drop your head down. Lock those hands in. All right, so now we need the towel. All right, ladies, let's stay right here. Take one arm across the body, palms facing back. Lower that arm down. Less than 30 minutes. Got a great workout in. We really did work a lot of muscle groups today beyond just our core. So an excellent functional compound workout today. Take one arm back and just reach to the side. Really reach and work those obliques. Switch it up other side. Back to the center. Go ahead and extend those arms all the way out. Roll those shoulders back. All right, palms flat on the ground. One foot in, the other foot in. Slowly, one vertebra at a time. Roll your back all the way up. And again, congratulations for showing up for yourselves today. Great workout. I'll see you in the community, in the app later today. And then your next week's programming will be up later today as well. Have a great one. See you, Karen. Bye, everyone. Great workout.